So continue. Next one. B. Removing nits from hair. Since combing the hair is forbidden, it is forbidden to remove nits from hair by combing it. It is permitted, however, to part the hair to remove nits by hand, while being careful not to pull out the hair. So nits, the way I understand, it's like insects that live. I mean, maybe I understand, but that's how I understand. Right. So you usually people will do it with brush, but without brush, like one by one. Okay. Next one. C. Removing gum from hair. It is forbidden in Yom Tov to remove gum that adheres to hair, since some hair is inadvertently pulled out in the process. So, and I remember being kids, yeah, it's like sometimes they would have to cut, like not like most of the time the parents would have to take scissors and cut out gum. There is no other way. No way to remove it. So do not try to remove it on Shabbos and Yom Tov. Okay. Any questions on what we said? We continue.
Rabbi?
Yes, go ahead.
So sometime ago I asked this question and I remember the complete answer. I asked why or if using a tongue scraper would be forbidden on Shabbos and Yom Tov. Torah said no, but I don't remember why was it.
I guess so. One of the things it would be like a weekday activity, and plus I think the second issue, I think that sometimes the tongue bleeds. I'm not sure how often, but like if you have some kind of infection there, it would bleed. Right, but right. That's I think the answer. But of course, like if person knows that it never bleeds and never ever something happened and you have a bad breath because of this tongue, I mean, it's like we're trying to minimize this weekday activity on Shabbos on Yom Tov. That's a very important point, right? It's not like it is a melacha. For example, it's forbidden to exercise on Shabbos and Yom Tov. Right? Like, are you doing something like forbidden? No, you're walking, just power walk, right? For example, is it forbidden to walk on Shabbos? It's not forbidden. Right, but since you're doing the weekday activity and now you're going to get tired, so yeah, well, what was the point? That is forbidden. And same with heavy furniture. Let's say it's not muktzah, right? So are you allowed to move it? Like technically, yeah, you're allowed to move it. But should you? Absolutely not. It's forbidden because it's like unless you need it in another place. This you have this heavy like old style table, from 1800, from 1900, like real wood, not like whatever they do today, like a real heavy duty table. So it's unliftable basically. So are you allowed to move to another room? Yeah, you're allowed, but it would be a weekday activity. So that should be like a general perspective in our mind. So try to eliminate this thing, leave it for Sunday, Monday, other days, and do more like spirituality on these days. Okay.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, in this case of the issues of the weekday activity, I mean, since this using of the tongue scraper will fall in the category of hygiene, such as personal hygiene, such as brushing one's teeth with a soft brush, couldn't it be counted into this?
I mean, if person suffers, so all the people have different like physicality, right? So if for some like for example, like for some people, they report to me like the biggest suffering on the fast day is not to be able to brush the teeth, not the food, not the drink, but they feel so bad because of that. So if person like has some kind of problem with the tongue that is builds up all of this thing on a tongue, and it's feels disgusting the whole day. Yeah, but of course, same with the teeth, it would be forbidden. So just so we know, not even though it is allowed to brush the teeth the way I explained, but many people, religious people, prefer not to brush the teeth at all. They just use mouthwash. Right, so I mean, but if somebody feel this bad, these people, mouthwash does exactly zero to them, right? They need to brush without the paste, of course, but even with water, even with mouthwash, but to brush the teeth, yes, it would be allowed for enjoyment of Shabbos. Same way, if somebody has a heavy build up on their tongue, yeah, it would be allowed. Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So what about Q-tips? Would those be forbidden in Yom Tov?
Why would they be forbidden? No, they're not forbidden. There is no problem. Q-tips, no problem.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.